Ladies and gentlemen, live from New York, it's the Realm Hatton Project. Welcome, everyone, to a brand new episode of the said show, the Realm Hatton Project. My name is Eric von Wolfenstein, and folks, it's the greatest time of the fall. That's right, New York Comic Con has arrived. Three of us went. We're so excited to talk about it. But first, let's go around and see who's here tonight. We got Joe with us. He couldn't make it, unfortunately.
No, no, this is not New York.
We got EE Prime with us, and Gort
What's
could
up,
not be
people?
here tonight, but that's all right. We'll do the best we can. So, you just guys want to jump into it?
Yeah. So, I mean, the big question here is, Wolf. This was your very first New York Comic Con. What are your thoughts? What are your feelings? You came with the family. How did everybody feel? You know, talk to us. Let me know.
So yeah, it was the first time we
Curious.
went here, as you said. We were really excited to come. Haven't been to a. I don't think I've ever been to a convention quite this big before. Um, Thought I knew what to expect. I did not. It was huge. There's multiple floors. God, a huge. Um,
Huge.
Vendor area. It was just so many people, and you know, you'll have that. It was okay. Getting around, it was kind of cramped running into people. I know you got your foot run over by a rude person, but you brushed it off. But man, I had a lot of fun with it. Crystal and Ava had a lot of fun. They spent a lot of time in the artist alley. Ava was super excited. I think we're raising a future collector here, so always good to keep the next generation going. But yeah, man, it was so. I mean, I can't even imagine what San Diego Comic Con would be like. Just this, because that's gonna be what, twice as big, you think, with just more people, more vendors, more companies showing up. It was something, man. Like I really glad that we came up here. So yeah, loved it, man. Absolutely loving it so far. But yeah, I
So
think my favorite part was walking the floor while I was walking with you and Gort, just going around seeing the various booths. Of course, we went to the Hasbro booth first. We knocked over children to get our exclusives. Yes, we're not ashamed to admit it. It was cool to see that. It's called all the displays were really awesome. Comanche Nations has some good stuff showing. And Mondo, NECA, God, I can't like so many. Not everyone was here, unfortunately. Mattel wasn't around. I don't think. I don't know who else I was looking forward to seeing, but a lot of good things to see, a lot of interesting cosplays. Some people really committed to the bit, like people carrying very large items around. I can't imagine doing that like the entire day. Like God bless that commitment. But by the end of the day, my feet were killing me. I had to go sit down a couple times. But no, man, it was really awesome, and I hope to do it again next year. I really hope to go to San Diego this coming year. I really want to try and see if I can't get in for that. Wish we could have gone today. There was a lot of interesting news that came out, a lot of interesting deals, which we will get to. How was your experience going? I know you've been here before, but how did you enjoy
So
this year?
yeah, I've been to New York Comic Con quite frequently throughout the years. I think this is the first time I've done it. Like I think I'm on like 3 years in a row, maybe four. Usually I'd go one year, maybe not go another year or two, then go another year. This was like before I had met the realm.
Hmm.
But I think me and Gort have done this now 4 years in a row, maybe 3 years in a row, at least three.
Okay.
Um, we usually go Thursdays. And when you're talking about size, I don't know if anyone has ever been to New York Comic Con or even San Diego Comic Con. These are two of the largest shows of the year. The expected attendance throughout the weekend is usually around like 200 to 250,000 people show up to New York Comic Con between the 4 days. Um, if you have no, if you've only been to the smaller shows, the BotCons, the TF cons, no offense to the retro cons and Zolo cons. they don't
They
compare
can't hold a candle to this.
size
Mm-mm.
of what this is. You can do all those shows in one day. To be totally honest with you, if you really wanted to do all of Comic Con, just look at all the booths. You can't do it one day. It took
Mm.
me and Wolf the entire day just to do the top floor with all the booths and vendors and everything else. We didn't even go into Artist Alley. We never even touched Artist Alley, which is
So
a
how many
whole nother
floors? How
story.
many floors have stuff on it there?
Um,
Was it three?
I'd say about three. I'd say about three. One floor isn't one. There's a floor there that has a couple things, but it's more like a food rest area. Um, but yeah, so it's if you know the Javits is huge. But yeah, I think I had read somewhere that it was yet last yesterday was like 30,000 people attended on Thursday. Fridays and
Damn.
Saturdays are the biggest 2 days. Even more people attend, which is usually why we go Thursdays because it's the least crowded of the day, and you can see the look on Wolf's face at a certain point when we couldn't walk and you couldn't get through. You could see how like I'm not used to this, like I can't move. What's going
Well,
on?
it was funny because we were waiting outside for everything to, the doors to open up, and we were all hanging out by the food truck area, and just like this mass of people just started walking past us. Some like cattle getting ready to get brought in. It was pretty insane.
Yeah. So doors open up at 10. What they usually do is they start funneling people inside and downstairs into like best way I could describe it is like a cattle like they you're in rows and just rows and rows of people, right? Metal bars separating everybody in between for different lanes, and then they start letting people in at 10 o'clock. Me and Gord did that last year. We actually went downstairs. A big mistake, because we didn't get in until at least 10:30. It took 30 35 minutes for us to even get in once the doors open. When you do what we did and wait outside, we were in within 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes once they open up the doors.
Yeah, it wasn't
Because
too bad.
once it fills out downstairs, they start funneling everybody to where me and Wolf and Gort were all waiting, and that is the smarter play. You'll get in quicker up there than you do when they start funneling in people downstairs. So just for anybody who's been there or whoever has not been there, that's your trick. Stay upstairs, hang out by the food trucks. Once they start shoveling everybody down towards the food trucks, go all the way to your left and wait in front of the doors, and you'll be in right away. Um, but no, yeah. This year was I noticed I'm seeing more and more toy type reveals over the last few years than they were for a while. Especially this year. Like Hasbro, doesn't usually have a booth presence like they did this year. Um, I mean, Hasbro's been there before, but they've never done their own reveals before, or launched a HasLab at New York Comic Con like they did this year. Um, so they were new. There were a couple of people I noticed that I didn't see this year. Not and this I guess maybe it's more of a local thing, like Midtown Comic, very big area presence there, and they were not there this year. I also did not see an Super Seven's booth this year. We
Right.
could have missed it. I doubt it, but somehow we did miss the Jada booth. We didn't even know Jada was there, but they did. It turns out that they did have a booth. We did miss that. I think Brian Brink told me that this year's Super Seven was mixed in with the Walmart booth area, which is like very like it's different. Usually they have their own. They have a very big presence, very big setup there also. But besides that, the usual people were there. Um, yeah, and in a lot of ways, just like another New York Comic Con. My legs are still hurting for some reason. My hip hurts this year. Um, it's one thing to walk all day, But when you have to sometimes walk, taking those baby steps because there's people in front of you, it just I think it just takes more out of you because you can't move freely and you're walking and bumping and
Just
um,
what you need to do next year is just put on some really dark sunglasses and get a blind person cane, and they'll clear right out.
no, they won't. This
Yeah,
is New
there was
York, buddy. They're not moving for you.
So then what you do then is you adapt a cattle prod to use as the.
we're not
So
getting arrested, Joe.
so,
Hey,
so
look, that's a mobility assistance device.
you know, they to my knowledge, right? I don't cosplay, right? But they do have certain rules about certain type of items you could bring in, right?
Yeah.
Um, I so this is the best thing I can describe it. Marvel Legends did a Deadpool that came with a motorized scooter, right?
Right.
Anybody knows what those type of little moped scooters look like?
Hmm.
There was some fucking woman who I don't know how she managed to get it fucking on the floor, but was walking through the aisles, sitting on the moped, using her feet to propel her along. Ran right over my foot, ran right into me, and I cursed her out. Like, what the fuck are you doing with that even in here?
I bet you she had an ADA waiver,
Oh, what?
an ADA waiver, American with Disabilities Act waiver.
I don't think so.
Look,
Your legs were moving. I want to hear it. Listen, I was not happy. I was like, what the fuck? You're running into people. You ran over my fucking foot. My foot hurts already. My feet already hurting. You ran right over it. And then you looked at me like it was my fucking fault.
I love those people. Like you
So yeah. So
inconvenience
so,
someone.
so
How
she
dare you,
the,
sir?
the first person who ran me over, look, any parents, right? I get it. You want to bring your kid, you have them in a stroller, right? Anyone who's a parent, you know, when you're pushing your stroller, you're pushing your stroller. It's in front of you. You're not dragging it behind you where you can't see. And that's exactly what this person was doing. Ran over my foot. I looked, and he's dragging the stroller behind him like a fucking shopping cart with the kid sitting in it. I didn't say nothing because there was a kid, but in my head, I'm like, come on, dude. That was the
Wow.
first time. That's the one I let go. But the second one was like, what the fuck are you doing with this scooter in here?
Yeah, it's really amazing how people just don't have the awareness. Like that's really
We are
weird.
running into it's a very me
That
oriented
maybe that's what it
society.
is, Ryan. It's my fault, right? It's my
Yeah.
fault. People are running
How
me
dare
over,
you walk?
you know. But for the most part, you'll see. Even look, I in a place like this, you're gonna expect to get bumped, right?
Hmm.
But you have a lot of people that are. I would tell you, 99% of the people are very. Oh my God, I'm sorry. Excuse me, right? And this is one of those places where you don't even have to apologize to me for bumping into me because I know and it's expected, like, oh,
Hmm.
so, but to have these two idiots run over my fucking foot, I was not happy.
Yeah, we go to the biggest, probably the biggest conventions we go to are the ones called GalaxyCon, and they've gotten huge since 2020. I'm not sure why they've suddenly exploded, but it's just insane the number of people. And we went to the one in Ohio last December, and like I only bought a Saturday ticket because it's like there was no one there I really wanted to see. It was for Courtney, so she could go meet a group that she was looking to meet and things like that. Um, but like just that Saturday, me going in there, like I got hit so much, mainly by college players, and it's just like they're just unaware of the space that they take up. It's like you should know, pay freaking attention. Like I got someone had like wings or something like that, and it caught me like literally like a half an inch under my eye, and like had that got my eye because it was a metal wire sticking out. I'm like, oh dude, I cannot. People that are just oblivious to themselves when they have the room, like it just irritates me when you are packed in. Like I'm a Disney World survivor, with crowded
Survivor.
spots, and it's just like one of those things to where you're crowded. I get it, you're gonna get bumped into, but at some point you're just like, be aware, be decent.
I think
Yeah, and
Crystal had
and
a
get sorry,
no.
Wolf.
Sir, I think Crystal had an experience in the bathroom when someone had like I don't know some kind of tail or a sword, and they kept swinging it around. And her response was, "Oh, cosplay items, am I right?" And just like, come the fuck on, dude. You got to know what you're bumping into, man. You got to be careful with this stuff. They don't care.
Hey, it's like Barf said in Spaceballs, the thing's got a mind of its own.
Yeah. Pretty
So
much.
so speaking of Wolf Nation invading New York Comic Con, right?
Oh, here we
So
go.
I'm
I
gonna
know what
tell a
this is
quick
gonna.
story, right? We're towards the end of the day, me and Wolf are sitting down in these two benches. There's a guy. He's dressed in a Deadpool costume. He didn't move the entire show, right? He literally just was dressed in his Deadpool costume and just sat there in that one seat the entire time. And people kept taking his picture, taking his picture, taking his picture. Saw them doing it all day long, every time I passed by. So when me and Wolf were sitting there, as people started taking his picture, I started telling everybody who took that guy's the Deadpool picture, "Hey, what about his picture? Why aren't you taking his picture? He's feeling left out," pointing to Wolf. Now Wolf's like, "Eric, shut the fuck up." And, and people are humoring, blah 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 blah, and ha 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 ha. But this one guy, right? I told him to take his picture, and he looked at Wolf. I said, "You don't know who this is? This is the captain of Wolf Nation." The response from him was, "Oh, really? Can I take a selfie?" So he takes a selfie with Wolf, starts asking Wolf if he has an Instagram so he can follow him on Instagram.
That's
Me,
awesome.
me and Gordon sitting there looking at each other. I'm trying not to fucking laugh because this guy actually thought Wolf was somebody. No offense, Wolf. You are somebody
I no,
to
no
a lot of
judgment.
people, but um, and then yeah, I'm just like, oh man, that was funny.
That is
So
hilarious.
I followed that dude back, and he has not posted that picture yet. I'm a little disappointed.
He probably figured out who you weren't.
You're like, what is Wolf Nation, Captain? Yeah, that was probably the funniest part of the show for me, at least. All right. Well, do we want to get into some pictures?
Yeah, I guess we're gonna go. We'll start going over some of the reveals from this weekend. Yeah, let me start. Let me pull everything up.
Stand by.
Let's
We're
see. Let's see. No,
pulling
no,
everything
no.
up.
We're ready to go. Sure. All right. Can everybody see my screen?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, we'll start. We'll start with Hasbro. I'm gonna share pictures. Wolf and Joe, you guys can walk us through this. After we get to the end of these Hasbro pictures, I want to talk about our conversation that we had with Lenny for a little
Yeah.
bit, since we got
Teaser,
to we
folks.
got to meet Lenny, so which was great at the Hasbro booth. So let's go.
All right. So during the week leading up to NYCC, the Joe team did drop some reveals, some renders. One of them was Lifeline, and here he is right here. We have a Lifeline figure.
I am so happy. This was a figure I had been asking for since the line started.
He
You
looks like
know,
an angry younger Patrick Warburton.
I don't know who Patrick Warburton is, so I'll take
The
your word for it.
the voice of Joe Swanson from Family Guy.
We'll take it.
Sure. Okay, Joe. I will take your word for it. All right, so let's start going through these pictures again.
They're definitely not following the cartoon aesthetic because he was a pacifist and he's up holding a gun right now.
Hey, 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 hey.
Maybe
Leave
he
him
took it
alone.
off of it. Maybe he took it off of a patient.
Maybe he did.
Right? He just wanted to make sure no one uses it. He's going to dispose of it properly so it can never be used again.
And then we got Hit and Run.
Nice brink.
Yeah, so I'm not. I don't know if I'm going in on Hit and Run just yet. Definitely going in on Lifeline.
I think it's the first time we've seen that backpack before. That's cool.
Have we seen the painted face like that before?
No, not. We haven't seen that either.
Didn't they do
So.
that on the 30th anniversary Soldier?
I don't know
Not
if it
that
was
exact
this.
same
I
face.
don't know. I don't know if it was this much. I don't remember anymore.
Yeah, I
30th
think he might have
anniversary.
been
They have a
painted
couple
up, but not
heads.
that exact same face.
Yeah.
Here's one people were looking forward to. We got Big Lob, basketball included. I love that.
Yeah. and it's good because he's a character that they never made in the original vintage line.
Mm-mm.
They never got to Big Lob, never got to Pythona. So to have those two both come out and in the same year, I'm excited for this. Help finish off that G.I. Joe movie cast.
Yeah, I think he's the last one.
Well, still need Globulus.
Oh, I meant from the Joe team. Yeah.
Oh,
But
from the
yeah,
Joe team, yeah, but we still need Globulus, and we still need the other two Renegades at the
mm,
least.
that's true. Forgot about them. He, of course, comes with his guns, knife, and the grenade. Love that basketball. I'm really glad they included that.
Yeah, and I'm actually glad they included it attached to the hand,
Yeah.
so you don't have to worry. If you want to display, you don't have to worry about the ball falling around
Mm.
and losing it.
Someone's going to bitch that they
Oh, of
can't
course, someone's
attach
gonna
the
be like, "Why
ball.
can't you take the basketball off?"
Or the basketball it broke from the hand.
It doesn't bounce.
Didn't come with the hoop.
It's not scaled properly.
Cool shot of him in the army pose. That's then here we have the stage 2 mole rat with third head sculpt, which he's looking at right now. Definitely got some 90s color feel going on there.
Yeah, like
Is it a mole man?
I think it's called a mole rat.
The small round.
Yeah.
yeah.
Of course, he's got the dark energy on coming out of his head for some reason. I think it's cool. I dig the neon. Yeah, the head on the left is new. Everything else is reused from the first time around.
Yeah, it looks like
Mm-hmm.
the Warrior style.
I did like
Recolored.
that figure when it came out the first
Yeah,
time.
yeah. It was interesting. Definitely interesting character to make. Um,
Agreed, Jedi. It does look like Last of Us.
Here we got the Night Viper. I think it was first time we're seeing this one in the line. Brand new. Looks cool. Looks just like the from the Deep cartoon. Hit and run again. Just
sorry.
in Dio. That's all right. I know some of these are
Apology,
probably
guys. Apologies with the mix up on the pictures.
yeah. Night Viper. Come with cool helmet, couple knives.
Yeah, I like that helmet.
I do. I do too. Definitely
I
like
mean,
that
I
figure.
know we get a lot from the GI Joe line. They do a really good job.
Hmm.
Um, but I mean, I know it's a nitpick, but I kind of wish they kind of like had some paint accents on the backpacks and stuff. But
No, I get that. I
still,
mean, I'll
yeah,
never
I
say
mean,
no to
it's
more
pushing it.
paint.
I know now. It is nitpicking, and it isn't me just being greedy at this point.
Looks good though.
Oh, that don't belong there. All right. One of the
What,
reveals.
what the hell?
This is Cobra Law Trooper.
Huh.
This looks cool.
It looks
Love
like
the
something from a
wings.
Godzilla Sentai movie.
It does. Yeah, but I like the colors. I like the what looks like the blades connected to his hand there.
Hmm.
Do those have
Um,
a name?
Hand blades.
No, I mean the figure, the character. I don't remember, but
yeah, you have a lot of interchangeable parts. Shoulder pads, there's a cape, the wings come off, multiple
staff.
heads.
I like the
These aren't
optics.
these aren't masks. These are actual different heads. So you can, if you buy more than one, you can have some true building options.
Yeah, that looks good.
Hmm.
That gun seems out
Yeah.
of place for some reason. I don't know what it is, just because of what he is. Got a modern
Mhm.
gun.
Yeah, I think with this I might buy at least two of them, um, maybe three.
Yeah, that looks
But
cool. I was happy to see that.
yeah, we're there. I mean, as far as Cobra La goes, with Pythona and Nemesis,
Give me a Globulus, man.
Immortal, um, and now the Cobra La Troopers. I am. Yeah, we just really need Globulus next.
Hopefully, I'm hoping for that next year. And then we got some name onlys. We got a Crimson Guard female version.
This is Tiffany.
That's Tiffany
Looks
for
like a
sure.
Tiffany.
We got the regular
Classic
release
race.
of Crazy Legs.
Yep.
Oh, I'm looking
So
forward to that one.
if you got the Dragonfly, he was in his Night Force version. Now we're gonna get the regular version. I'm happy to see this one. This one I do
Insane.
want.
Yeah, like it's one
And
of those
then
characters I didn't have as a kid, but it's one of those like I'm drawn as an adult. I'm drawn to it for some reason. I don't know why.
we got Zap, one of
Starting to
the oldies.
finally finish out that first 13.
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
Long time
I keep
coming.
forgetting who's missing, but yeah, we're
Grand
getting there,
Slam.
guys. Grand Slam. Um, we
There's a
but
few.
yeah, but we got most of them. So yeah, here's another one. They've been
They're
really
plugging
spreading
along.
this out on us. These original 13.
Okay.
Oh.
And that's our tease. So
From the Joe team. I mean, this looks some kind. It looks like some kind of like dog collar to me.
Yeah, like a
This looks
harness or
like it's gonna go
something.
on another pet with whatever pet. I don't know at this point, but
Have we had someone that had a hyena as a pet?
hyena, no.
I thought I can't. I'm thinking of
yeah,
the.
we were thinking it might be Spearhead and his pet Max, like someone who really wasn't probably maybe in the comic book, but that's the only animal I could find who still hasn't had a release yet.
Um, Kangor, the alternate version of Big Boa with the black face, for the
I'd
kangaroo.
laugh my ass off if that's what this was. Some kind of
Oh,
kangaroo holder.
I would, I wish they would have put a kangaroo in with a Big Boa in the first place. But
Deluxe
hey,
version.
yep.
I get
All
that.
right. So I'm gonna stop sharing for a minute because I got to fix something here.
Sure.
But yeah, as we went to the Hasbro booth, um, we got to meet Lenny, and we had me and Wolf had a nice conversation with him.
Yeah, nice marketing strategy meeting. But no, man, it was a really cool conversation. Like we were just looking at the Joe booth, and he was talking to some people. Then he came over to us, and he started asking us some questions about the HasLabs and what we thought of things. And we had a really nice. Brian Brink, if you're still there, we dropped your name. We said that you were a friend of ours, and he definitely acknowledged you. So that was a cool moment. But yeah, that was awesome, man. That was really cool to meet him and just have pick his brain a little bit about things that are being made and whatnot. I really liked that part. That was a lot of fun. Like that they interacted with us guys. Like they could have just said, "Fuck you, fanboys," but no, they're there talking to you people.
Yeah.
You love to
So
see it.
when we were talking with Lenny, right? What um what I definitely was surprised at, because like I said, we had so I had originally asked him if why they didn't have the snowcat on display, right? And he started telling us, oh, right, so they only have that one prototype model that they ship around everywhere, and he was like, right now it's over in HQ, and they're doing whatever they're doing with it and looking at it or whatever it is, right? So they didn't have access to bring it. Um, and then yeah, we just started talking, and he actually started asking us questions as we were talking about HasLabs and stuff. Which I was really surprised that he asked us why we thought it was such a slow burn to
Yeah.
fund this time. Without us having to, I'm pretty sure that and these guys sit there and they listen to the collectors that come up to them and start giving them their opinions on what they should do and what they shouldn't do. They hear this all the time, right?
Mm.
Right.
So for him to sit there and actually ask us what we thought, um, I thought was not what I expected. Like, I kind of expected like, oh, they'll say, oh, hi, thank you, blah blah, and just walk away, right?
Hmm.
Right.
Because they're dealing with this all day. But no, like he seemed like he really wanted to talk to the people who were talking to him, and he was taking listening to their feedback and asking what was going on, um, asking opinions, and I'm pretty sure, like I said, people give opinions all the time, and I'll be honest, I did something I probably shouldn't have done. I had said, hey, one thing, stop using Walmart. They keep canceling all my damn pre-orders on you guys. And he laughed, he gave me the company told line, he don't make the product and blah 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 blah. But I mean, he told us, how many times people actually DM him on Instagram to complain, and I'm like, oh, so these guys here nonstop. And for him to still sit there and be willing to talk to us, ask us questions, you know, ask our opinion on things, I thought that was really nice.
Yeah, I agree. Again, just all the comments you see on like the Pulse websites and the groups, the Joe groups.
Hmm.
I mean, you got to imagine he's getting, like you said, getting those DMs, and he's still wanting to talk to us. Like, that's incredible to me.
Well,
Like,
I think it's one of those things. Like
you know
it
how we
sounds
are.
like y'all like talked and had a conversation and back and forth prior to this. So it was probably one of those things. Oh, they're just not here to bitch at me about something. So let me pick their brains. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
they've got they're not over here just to come by and say, hey, I like your Joe line, but this is where you can improve, or I'm tired of this BS, or whatever.
Let
Like
me
yeah,
tell
no,
you
no,
what to
no, no,
do.
stop giving gummy weapons and stop doing, no, 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 it was not, it wasn't. We didn't do anything like that. I mean, I just kind of had to say something about Walmart because I'm just so pissed off at Walmart lately.
No, no,
Yeah.
I get it, but that's what I'm saying is I think if if he's having an actual conversation with you and chatting about things, and then he realizes, okay, these aren't just someone that's here to bitch. Let me get some thoughts from them. Like these are people. It sounds like maybe I can have a conversation with.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
and
absolutely.
hearing his opinions on what he likes to do and what he still wants to do for the line. Yeah, Joe, classified collectors. Yeah, there's some more good times to come.
Yeah, I was. What did he say the one time? He's like, the weirder it is in my brain, the more I want to make it. Right?
Yeah, because I had mentioned like how um, I told him a friend of mine swore up and down that a character like Big Boa would never get created, right? And Big Boa was one of my favorite toys as a kid. And he laughs. He goes, and that's when he's like, "Yeah, the weirder the character, the weirder the thing, the more I want to do it." Um, so I guess that's why we got characters like Big Boa already, and they're doing all these Cobra La stuff. Because as far as the entire Joe fandom, the feeling I get from them, Cobra La is not the most popular. It is the season 3 of Transformers.
Hmm.
That's
That
fair.
that feeling of is where it went down. Even though Cobra La was only in it for just the movie, none of those characters ever made an appearance again. You never saw Globulus or any of them again in the cartoon.
Mm.
Um, but it's that same feeling that has less fans because it became less grounded. And started becoming that weird monster sci-fi stuff. And it seems like a lot of Joe fans weren't into the line for that. Um, but me personally, I love Cobra La, so I'm glad we're getting it all.
Good.
Yeah, I'm really happy with that exclusive too. That Python. I'm really happy to get that, and I'm looking forward to getting the rest. Globulus, like I said, man, give them to me. I'm ready.
Yeah, and the line was quick. Not even 20 minutes, I think. Maybe 20 minutes we waited online. It was a long line. They moved fast. They had plenty in stock. So yeah, we all got our Pythonas that we wanted. They had all strikers for sale.
Cold
What
Slither.
they had cold slither sets for sale.
Mm.
So yeah, and the booth was set up nice between the Joes and the Marvel Legends. When we got to the booth, they had the Tron cases there, but they were empty. They hadn't announced Tron yet, so because it was literally the very first thing we did, we went straight to Hasbro booth.
Yeah, we took off, man. I'm not gonna lie.
But all right, let's go back to some.
I'd love to see that y'all's little legs just carrying you in.
It was hard work, man.
Go back to here. All right, so all right, another big pun intended reveal this weekend was a new Marvel Legends Apocalypse.
I like this.
Yeah,
I know you
There
like the
it is.
Diamond Selecty, but this I like this, man. I like what he
I
comes
mean,
with.
Oh
it's
yeah, I like Sastra. Yeah,
12 inches tall, 120 bucks.
it's
All right,
$10 an
and
inch.
it and I mean, this is obviously X-Men '97. This is why you got the blue and the purple colors. If this, if they repaint this to the more comic book look, I might be in. I do think 12 inches is a little too tall. Apocalypse usually isn't that tall compared to everybody else, which is why I do like the Marvel Select one. It's a tad under 10 inches. It was also like $25 as
Yeah,
opposed to 120 here.
Mm.
Um,
there he is standing next to Cable. Yeah, I was wondering if Mayfix was ever going to do one of those, but that might be good enough for me.
yeah. Who knows? Who knows with Mayfix?
Yeah.
Some more Marvel Legends reveal.
What's that Wolverine? Non Wolverine?
Hmm.
Yeah, you'll have to tell me who these people are. I'm not sure of all
I
of
don't
them.
know all of them either. Wolfman, Werewolf by Night. This is from Werewolf by Night.
Phantom something.
Oh no,
Okay, Phantom
Phantom
Rider?
Rider. Phantom
Yeah,
Rider. I think that's
I
his
think
name.
that's it.
Yeah, these are some little out of my Marvel wheelhouse on these characters.
Let's make everything in one color. That's this line.
Yeah. It's like Toxic Crusader. Some
You got
version of Iron Man. I don't
you
know
got another
what.
version of Iron
Is
Man. I
that the
forget
one?
which version this
Is
is.
that the one where he's got the imagination medal or something bullshit like that?
Six Arm Spidey,
That's wild.
Enchantress. They did. She looks great. I think they did a
Hmm.
great job on her.
She looks
And,
like a combination of Polaris and
yeah,
God, the one from that was in the '97 cartoon that was on Sinister's Island. I can't think of her name. Calypso? No, not Calypso. Can't think of. Anyway, don't matter.
I know
Continue.
who you're talking about.
We're gonna get into some Mondo stuff now. We got Street Sharks. This is from their soft vinyl collection. So these aren't really articulated figures,
Oh,
but
okay, thanks. I didn't know that.
yeah. But it looks. I mean, it looks cool to get some type of Street Sharks to fit Street Shark. Um, SWAT Cats
I'm kind of looking forward to that.
Yeah, that's an interesting one.
I don't know if I'm
and
in, but I'm definitely
Brave
interested.
Star 112 scale. So these will be 6 inch. You guys start talking about Brave Star. I'll be right back.
Um,
Yeah, I didn't think anyone would want to do. I mean, what the hell do I know? A Brave Star. I didn't think anyone want to do this.
it wasn't Ramen doing it. Wasn't he doing some
Yeah,
Brave
he's still
Star stuff?
doing it. Yeah, he's got the Ramen. They got the Brave Star, the Marshall. He's got 3030 coming.
That's right. Yep, 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 yep.
And to be fair, I've seen those, and we talk shit all the time, but they look good. These look good, and I'm curious to see how these will be. I mean, they'll be $100 figures, but not that his weren't any less expensive. But
Yeah,
I was surprised to see this one.
yeah, yeah. Like I never watched Brave Star as a kid, but I definitely when I saw like I think 3030 is an interesting character. And I think there's, that's one that's like, that's like, to me,
Yeah,
that character could just, like, that figure could just stand alone on its shelf and just be kind of interesting on its own.
yeah. I might go in on one of those in a 3030 if they do that. But SWAT Cats is another interesting one. Again, it's just something I wasn't personally into, but I guess it has enough fans. Looks like
Yeah,
Jeff's excited about that one. Um,
yeah, because like what I remember is, oh, okay, well, now it's just me. We've lost Wolfie. Um, and I don't know if I got the keys to let him in. So, like with SWAT Cats with me, I'm surprised that there's like enough of a draw for it because I feel like SWAT Cats was one of those things that was a flash in the pan. But I do remember watching SWAT Cats and enjoying it as a kid. I am interested in seeing what they do with the jet, like if they make a good size, like a classified size jet with figures that fit in it? Would it be a smaller scale, maybe a 3 3/4 figure size scale for that, or what we'd be looking at? Um, so I'm not really sure what's going on there. Um, but until then, I'm just here. We've lost Wolfie. EE has gone to answer the door, and that's where we're sitting. So, chat squad, shoot questions, and I'll answer them. Whatever, you know. Give me something to work with here.
All right, I'm back. Sorry about that.
Hey, we lost Wolfie, so it's been me for the last 2 minutes.
Oh,
I don't know what happened.
there we go.
Sorry, I hit the wrong button. I'm on my phone. I'm not used to the buttons here.
Sorry. Apology, everybody.
No, it was good. I carried it.
Folks.
I carried it. Once I realized I was asking Wolfie a question and I saw something. I didn't catch it at first because the screens kind of blend into the background with all the kind of the black boxes there next to one another. And I was like, something's moved. Hold on. What did I miss? And then I see Wolfie. Wolfie's gone.
Come here.
E, what do you think of this Brave Star move?
I was never big. Look. Here's the thing now, and we'll get to the pictures in a bit. Mono 112 scale, right? 6-inch figures. They're looking really good. Price point is pricing me out.
Right.
I feel like
with Brave Star, I was never a big Brave Star fan. So I mean, I'm interested to see. I mean, it'll be great to see what they do, because they do great work. But I know for a fact I won't be going into Brave Star because it was never my thing.
We'll get into some of that in a minute, but yeah.
Continuing their animated line stuff, got a Jean Grey coming. This is in their 1/6 scale stuff.
Lots of ed options. That's nice. Cerebro helmet.
Like, what about that? Like, I know it's a digital render, but I wish there was some kind of action. Like, there was some kind of movement. Just standing there looks like to me that doesn't bring a whole lot of excitement towards the figure. It just
but this is it's just a render. Their figures articulate. So
no, I get that, but I'm just saying if like to me if like, hey, let's put this out to this is what's coming. Like, I feel like make it a little bit more exciting, not like she's just like laying in a coffin kind of pose.
They just when they do these renders, they're all in that pose.
Well, I disagree with all of them then.
Samhain Halloween edition. I'm assuming this means this will come by itself.
Yeah, I think so too.
I like that. I wish it was a little less.
I would be tempted to pick that up just because it's a ghost and I like the ghosts. And here's a good one.
Yep. So Janine at her desk. This was new.
I like that.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Like that. I mean, don't get me wrong. That whole line, it looks awesome.
Yeah. Oops, sorry, we'll go back in a minute. Got to mix up. Here we got the renders. As you can see, it looks like she comes apart at the waist, so you can have her sitting down for that extra articulation.
That's a good feature.
It's a good way to do it.
Yeah, that's smart.
It's a good way to do it to make sure she fits right. Yeah.
That's thoughtful.
2 extra heads, a Slimer. Got these ghosts coming out of the desk. Yeah, it looks really good.
Are those ghosts the ones that came with the original toy?
I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, I'm not sure the origin of that, but
no. I got them behind me. No, they don't. Like, yeah, there's a yellow one and there's a blue one, but they don't look at all the same.
Here's another one of their 1/6 scale to go with the animated Spider-Man stuff. We got the lizard coming.
Nice.
And yeah, they're doing turtles now. 1/6 scale. Their own take on them. Look pretty good. They had a couple on display. I don't have those pictures, guys. I'm sorry.
I like how those turned out. Those are good. It's a good looking shredder too.
I get Spawn vibes from the cape.
Guess these are some mousers.
Yeah.
Good. There's Donatello looking also pretty cool. Got a grappling hook, it looks like.
So Willie asked, I don't know if y'all saw, but he's wasn't the, are
No.
the turtles from anything in like an in particular line or anything? Or just like a take on them?
I mean, I think I just said 10 seconds ago that they're doing their own take.
Gotcha. I didn't
But
know if it was meant like an own take on like I didn't get that, but like it was their own take of like this version of. I got it now.
so, here's an idea. I think what people can expect. I mean, well, we've seen the Ghostbusters, and here is another one of their 112 scale lines. This is them doing the Masters of the Universe from the 2000X series. Um, Seeing them in person in the booth, he's definitely bigger than I thought he was, and they look fucking they look absolutely fucking amazing.
Yeah, no, I mean, seeing these in person, I was really taken aback by just the paint and the detail and the love that looks like it went into it. Like that's incredible. I mean, the price point is keeping me out of it. I kind of want that He-Man and Skeletor, which we'll show in a minute, but like just Man at Arms. I mean, look at that. That looks so damn good. There's He-Man. Like that sword is painted up beautifully. The axe, just so much love went into this, and oh, I'm having a hard time staying away from. Got the wired cape for Skeletor.
Is that like
Looks
105, 110 each? Is that what it looks like?
yeah,
Yeah,
so far.
Clawful's 125. I guess because he's bigger. I mean, see, me being who I am, right? I can't stop at just He-Man and Skeletor. Then I have to do those core characters, right?
Right.
And when it comes to He-Man, that core list to me is pretty damn big because you got to have He-Man, you got to have Tilo, you got to have Evelyn, you got to have Beastman, you got to have Merman, and then my favorites like Webstore, and then if they did a Clawful like this, imagine what a Two Bad's going to look like.
Oh
Imagine what
God, don't
Whiplash
even
is going to look like.
don't do
you
that
know,
to
you
me.
know. And what if they do? And what if they do the cats? Imagine what they're gonna make. I mean, if you've seen what they've done with the 1/6 scale cats, Battle Cat and Panther, imagine what they do here.
Yeah. And these things, just like the other ones, are fully articulable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, they are not
So
statues. Yes, they look like it, but they're not.
Now, do they normally come with like bases or something like that, or is that just
no,
that's
no,
their
this is
displays
this
for the
is
show?
this is no. They're gonna come with these bases.
Okay.
They're gonna come with these bases. If they were to do something like this to the original line, right? Or like they do with the Mondo 1/6 scale, and they shrunk those down to be uh
112.
112, 6 inches, then we might have a problem.
Oh, without
Luck.
question.
Luckily, this is 2000X, and as much as I am a big fan of the 2000X series, they did a really good job on it. Between it being 2000X and the price point, is what's saving my pockets here.
Gotcha. And then
That's fair.
and I think I missed it. Are these 1/6 or 112?
6-inch 112 scale.
Okay. That's what I thought you said, but numbers started combining in my head.
Yeah, Man at Arms again. Just god damn it. Real fur on the boots. I noticed that in the loincloth.
Yep.
So who's got the apple bottom jeans?
Boots with the fur.
Got some Star Wars
Star
stuff
Wars
here.
figures you already have.
Um,
I'm getting robot chicken vibes.
Yeah, just some
looks
Black
good.
Series
Still looks
stuff.
good though. Still looks good though.
Yeah.
But
It does, but I'm
I
sure
don't
we've
know.
seen
The,
it
the
before.
cape looks weird. Like the sheen to it. It looks like the white thread in or the lighting or something. Like it just the cape doesn't seem to match. Just something.
it's not it's fine.
Don't worry,
I'm,
dude. Don't re-release it in different colors. I'm sure.
Good.
And like here's Boba Fett that again they've done before.
Fucker looks cross-eyed as shit.
He kind of from this vantage point, I could see
Yeah.
why you would think that.
I think that's all. Oh, and what's this?
Is that David Duchovny?
He's from the Legends. I think Gord says from a video game.
Is this Dash Rendar? I'm not
No,
too
it's not
sure.
Dash. It's I
Not
don't remember
Dash.
his name. Esteban, you probably know if you're in the chat.
You're
Please
in the
help us
chat.
out. But he's in like the Legends continuity. He's not like main something. I don't know. Someone will explain it. That's like the only new thing.
A
And here we
new,
got some 12 scale Tron.
yeah. Based off the new movie that just came out this weekend. Looks like Hasbro's throwing their hat big time into this Tron property, and we'll get to that in a little bit.
We got the Tron bike. We got this guy. I don't know the name. Sorry. Um,
Yeah, I haven't seen the movie yet. I don't. I'll probably wait until it comes on HBO Max or Disney Plus, whatever the fuck. I'm not going to see it.
yeah, I'll probably do the same. But
I don't know. I'm tempted.
and here was the surprise of the show, in my opinion. Here's the next HasLab, everyone. It's a 3 3/4 scale Tron set. $260 needs
Two
10,000
sixty nine.
backers.
269. Two sixty
What did I
nine.
say?
Don't
Oh,
forget that $9.
oh yeah, sorry,
Uh,
269. 10,000 backers needed. What do we think? It's already what like
so
700 last time I checked.
someone check real quick right now. Where is this at?
All right, stand by. I got you. Y'all talk.
Um, I don't get it. I don't understand why they thought this is going to be successful. I know it's a Neutron movie. Um, personally, and then to do two scales, right, right off the bat. A HasLab.
786.
Yeah, so you're looking at I think me and Brink were talking about it yesterday. This is like the only HasLab that started off worse out of the ones we were looking at last night was Reva's lightsaber. That had a worse start than this.
Mhm.
And this is asking for 10,000 backers.
That surprised me. That was a big
You're
number.
asking, you're looking at $270 plus tax, depending where you live. However, the shipping's going to work. Premium members, non-premium members, surcharge, remove, not remove for premium, non-premium members. So this is probably going to be over $300 when this is all said and done.
Mm.
4 figures, 2 bikes.
Display
In the
base.
scan, not only that, it's being done. This HasLab itself is being done in a scale of figures that Hasbro don't even really make this scale of figures anymore,
No.
and anything, right? I understand they're doing a 6 inch line, but I don't understand. I mean, Tron in general, I think is very, very, very risky for a HasLab. I don't
I would
think
consider it
there's
niche as well for a HasLab for
I would
sure.
very
consider I would consider it questionable for mainline in a
same.
store. You know.
You know, look at I believe, and I, I'm comfortable saying that I think Indiana Jones is a more popular property than Tron is,
Yeah.
and that Indiana Jones line didn't do well. Didn't do that well either.
No,
Mm-mm.
they're clogging up at least multiple shelves in my ollies now.
That is true.
So, um, yeah, I don't know what the thinking behind this was, but I'm willing to almost bet this will not back.
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with you on that one. I don't see the appeal here. I have never in my years of collecting heard anyone say, "Man, I wish they would do like Tron figures in this scale." I'm confused by it, like you are, but yeah,
Or
man,
just Tron,
I don't see it
Tron figures
happening.
in general. It just boggles my
Yeah,
mind.
it just I don't I think this is a huge risk and gamble. I mean who knows what the gamble is? We've only seen these digital renders, right? For this stuff. So these figures aren't made yet. Maybe whatever time and investment it took to get these digital renders going might be all they've invested in it. So if it fails, it might not be that big a deal, except for the stigma of a failed HasLab
Mm.
on the property.
Brink said the movie was good, by the way. If that
Yeah, I
interests
saw
you
him
at
say
all.
that. I'm glad it was, but I still don't think the movie's going to be popular enough because I don't think there's enough Tron fans out there
I
to
don't
make
either.
them run and back this. I mean, I can't see the chat right now, but if Brink's in the chat, Brink, are you going to back this now after seeing the movie? Well, I'm curious.
And there's one of the characters there. Another one. Frisbee effect. Yeah, man. Like I said, I don't see it. Good luck to him, but not for me. No tears for this one either. I noticed it's just the flat out here to here. This is what you're getting.
Yeah, I don't know.
And I'm noticing this on the bottom here, Hasbro 375. What is that? 3.75 inches.
I would assume so.
Is this a
Yeah.
new thing that they're going to start doing? Like a new, they're going to
Well,
start
I
bringing
mean,
back,
well,
like,
think
because
about
this
it.
looks like a logo. This is like a designed Hasbro logo for something.
Yeah.
So I'm just curious, like, if they're going to start bringing back 3.75 inch
Well,
figure.
you think I'd read an article just a little bit earlier today that the tariffs from China are going up again. Um,
Ugh.
it, and I'm sure it didn't have anything to do with this. But with that being said, I mean, remember what got 3 3/4 kind of going in the first place? I mean, prices for this, that, and the other, oil prices going up, all these things. You bring things back down from 6 inch figures to 3 3/4 figures. You're bringing down the cost. You're bringing down the price point. So now maybe you know what I mean? Like that. Maybe that's a thought. I mean,
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. I just think that it's one thing to start doing this in conjunction with all your 6 inch lines, right? But to try to now, if they, and I don't think this is going to happen, but to sit there and let's say you're going to stop doing 6 inch and start doing three and three quarter again, I think that's a bad move because people have been so long now doing 6 inch. I'm not restarting the collection of Marvel Legends in 3 3/4 inch.
So Brink
you
says
won't,
that.
but there people will.
Yeah, but I don't think there's going to be enough people. I mean,
I
you're
don't
looking
know.
at Marvel Legends. You look. This line has been around for how many years now? Imagine having to restart that.
Yeah, no, I get that. I don't know. I think there would still be a good chunk of those collectors that would do it because,
I think.
but
Mm,
I don't know what that chunk is, but
I think you might bring in new collectors, but
yeah.
you're going to lose a lot of current collectors. A lot of current collectors.
So in the chat, Brink says that in the live stream they said that the 375 is the new branding.
Okay, yeah. So I think maybe. So there's definitely going to be, I think, 375 coming. I mean, and more stuff. I guess we'll
Hmm.
see. We'll see what they do.
I'm with you. I'm not restarting anything.
I'm not restarting nothing.
I'm
Nope.
I'm too deep into everything to restart again. I can't do it.
Are you 6 inches deep?
Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. Dun, dun, dun.
A red guy with a blue bike, a
Red
blue
guy
guy with
And,
a
with a
yellow
and
blue.
bike.
I mean, this is another thing. Like, you can't. Like, you got to take the bike apart to get the guy on. Like, you could have just like pull up the canopy. Like, I don't know, man. I just don't
Well, then
know.
you lose that sleek styling and aerodynamics. I mean, you can't do that.
I just don't know. I don't know about this at all.
Hmm. We'll see. I think we're right though. It's not going to be fun.
No.
What
And
else we got? And
here's
here's a
the other.
shocker.
See, so I think this is even bigger news, right?
Right.
Um. So today, Hasbro announced a repaint of their HasLab piss tank, right? Now, let's correct me if I'm wrong, everybody, but I think this is the first time we've got a repaint of a main HasLab item. We're
I
I
not
would
talking
agree.
we're not talking crazy legs, getting crazy legs in Night Force, and now we're getting crazy legs in the regular color, right? We're not talking about the tiers and just the regular figures, right? We're talking
Uh,
as these main HasLabs have gone, right?
They
This is
did
very
a
interesting.
backpack for the Ecto One, or not the Ecto One, but for the Ghostbusters. That backpack, proton
Yeah, they
pack.
did.
Excuse me.
Yeah, they did the proton pack as a HasLab. Yes.
Yes, but they did a stripped down version as well.
Okay. Um, I don't know about this.
You don't know about this how? You don't
Yeah, well,
like it if
tell us
someone
your
went on the
thoughts.
HasLab, or you're just
no,
like,
no, 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 no. I see. Me personally, I don't. This is what I mean by I don't like about it, right? I think it's smart in the HasLab. You're gonna reuse this mold now. Um, you got a lot of snow-based stuff already out. You know, you got the Snowcat coming now. You have a counterpart to the Snowcat with the his tank, right? There are going to be people who want this and buy this, right?
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Um, and I think this is the first time the GI Joe team is doing a made-to-order pre-window, right?
Yes.
This is going to be 30 days. This is Marvel Legends has been doing this a little bit now over the last year. They've done it for a couple things. Um, it's a way to get some of these bigger items out, like the 97 Sentinel, without having to do a HasLab, Dragon Man, the Mephisto that they just launched a couple 2 months ago that just recently closed. Now we see GI Joe doing this with something as big as what was the his tank, right? Can this hurt future HasLabs is what is my concern, right? Let's say now, Dragonfly, perfect example, right? When the Dragonfly came out, there are other colors of the Dragonfly that have been done. There's a Tiger Force version. Um, what if people are like, I'm just gonna wait now for the cheaper stripped down Tiger Force version because they did it with the art, they did it with the his tank. They're gonna do it with the other ones.
Well, remember, weren't we talking to them, Lenny, when he said that they were thinking about doing vehicles that with, or he said that he knows that they can't do all vehicles for HasLabs because it would just be stupid.
Yeah, yes, correct. And I even asked Lenny if they had been thinking about doing what Marvel Legends have been doing lately with the for some of the smaller lower price point vehicles to do them in a made to pre-order model instead of a HasLab. And that's when he was like, he knows that GI Joe's such a vehicle heavy line that there's got to be other ways to do things. So and like he he didn't say anything, but here we are, very next day, uh, announce his thing. I,
It
I
looks
have
good. I
not
like it.
I have not paid any attention to the Joe groups yet to see what people are saying. Right. I can just imagine the hilarity of what's going to be going on for the next couple of weeks as people get upset. Because there's going to be people that are upset.
Oh yeah.
Um, there are going to be people that are going to choose Hasbro being greedy. There's going to be people who choose Hasbro of lying because they said that the HasLabs are once a lifetime thing, one and done. And now here we have that like first real repaint of a HasLab, right? Um, we don't know everything that it comes with. We don't know what it does not come with. I did watch the official live stream that they posted on YouTube today. They got if you can't see it, you can see it's poking out on the right hand side. There's the tent, and then you got this the cage here on the left.
Missiles are new.
Missiles are new.
I think that
Uh,
gun's new too.
Yeah, underneath the front.
no,
No, the
That's
no,
one
not.
next to the missiles.
no. They had the guns there on the turret pod. There were the two guns there. The missiles that are new. I know the back still opens up for troop storage. Um, does this have the lights? I don't know. I have heard no mention of it having or not having the lights. Um, it is going to come with one figure that they said that they will announce later.
No, stand
Um,
right next to it.
I don't know. That looks like the regular snow serpent.
You'll see close-up pictures.
Um, because on their live stream they said they were not announcing or giving out who the character
Oh,
who's coming with this. That's what they said. But then I did see this picture, so I don't know. Um, I don't
I,
know, man. What do you
I'm not
as
mad at
far as
it.
HasLabs in general concerned? I mean, I'm not mad at it either. I mean, even if they redid their regular his tank stripped down, I still wouldn't be mad. The only people that you're going to piss off that way are the people who are are trying to sell theirs.
Mm-hmm.
Or I mean, I could see someone being like, I could have saved a couple bucks and waited for this. I didn't need lights. I don't turn the lights on in my HasLab anyway. Most of the accessories that I got stay in the box of the HasLab. Why did I have to pay the 300 or something dollars when this came out? When if I now it looks like if I would have waited, I could have saved myself 50, 60, $75, $100 because we don't know what they're going to charge for this yet. I can see and those I can understand those arguments. But this is a different. The mold is the same, but it is not the same. So
I don't know. Like, I, it, options are good. Choices are good. If you get butt hurt, piss off. You know, I get it, but like
Yeah,
like if I had I went in on the hiss and this came out, would I be irritated? No. But if they put out the exact same thing as the HasLab hiss with it and the stripped down version, and saying no, we're not going to, this is a one and done, like this one's, blah blah blah, then yeah, I'd probably be irritated at that. But this is a different version of that one. Again, I don't know. We don't know what this has, what this doesn't have, but I wouldn't be mad at this.
yeah, I'm definitely not either. I just think it's very interesting, very telling right now for me as to what the future holds. We, I'm almost willing to bet now you're going to see that Tiger Force Dragonfly at one point or another now. And I think if
see,
this sells well, you're going to see that blue his tank and that red his tank at some point down the line also now.
Yeah, and
yeah.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
I don't either, especially with a line like GI Joe, who had these vehicles and reused these vehicles in multiple colors.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and there are people that have their preferences. I always felt that when they launched the HasLab, they should give you those color options to begin with. I don't know how complicated that would be to have all that produced in the end when it comes to molds and doing the colors or whatever. Um, but as a uninformed fan and collector, from my perspective of just clicking a button and choosing which color I want,
Mm-hmm.
seems simple to me, right?
Yeah.
From my end, I don't know if that's something Hasbro has considered or it's just too much to do to try to do it that way. But I've always thought that's what they should do. Give those color options. I think it gives people um, the incentive to multi buy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let me get that black his tank. Let me get that blue his tank. Let me get that dragonfly and both, and let me get that Tiger Force dragonfly. But I don't know. I don't know how this is going to work for them in the long run, though. If this is going to damage or discourage people from going in on future HasLabs, so
I mean, for me, I haven't gone in on the original his tank. I'm not mad at this, but I'm not like those people you're talking about. I don't really get worked up over things like this.
no,
I mean,
I'm not mad at it either. I think it's smart. I think it looks good. I think I don't have room for his tank, you know.
yeah.
So that's the problem there. And I'm very curious about what the price point of this is going to be.
Yeah, I mean, I think
Yeah, I don't know, man. I like I said,
Yeah.
I don't think like them, so I don't know. We got more pictures of this.
Yeah. So I can't see the chat to highlight any comments. Anything worth reading off?
Not too.
Yeah.
Mm,
And
no, not really.
yeah, there's one, Ryan, I don't recognize you, buddy. Sorry about the screen name, but the Ryan Vegentech or whatever. But the idea of the HasLab Unicron in 86 colors, um, that's obviously a possibility if they're going this route.
Yeah. See, I think that though, with the Unicron, will upset a lot of fucking people.
Hmm.
I definitely do. Um,
Esteban just said, I think it only discouraged people that weren't in the first place. This is a popular toy on a less desirable. Can't read that last word. Think it's fine.
Yeah, this is a popular toy in a less desirable color. I think it's fine.
Like I said, man, I don't know. I got what I wanted. Um, if I want a stripped down version of for an Arctic, I'll get it if I want it. I don't see the downside. I mean I'll win either way. I'll win. So
yeah.
It, yeah, it's one of those days. It's like people just like their own little rage porn. They want to
Yeah.
go off and get the attention and because of, and there'll be people that'll feed into it. There's going to be people that do agree with them. It is what it is. But again, more crap for your shelf. Shut up and be happy. You could be getting nothing.
Yeah. And I think this helps those collectors that want those other colors and prefer those other colors, that want those Tiger Force or those Python Patrol colors for those vehicles. This is going to help you. This is just going to help
Hmm.
show that there's a market for it.
Yeah.
If this does well, Hasbro will be like, okay, all right, now maybe we can do that Tiger Force Dragonfly that people have
yeah,
asked
I
for.
mean you're gonna again. You're gonna win. You're gonna win.
You know,
You're gonna get the colors you want eventually. Just there's nothing to be mad about here.
yeah. But if you sit there and go crazy and complain about price and they lied and blah 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 and turn this very negative and then start scaring other collectors off, you're never going to get those other things that we want from the line. So
Yeah. The
that's
only
just my opinion to you, to all the thousands of people who are listening to us.
Yeah,
the only
in the
issue I can see
millions.
being brought up is if you have to remember when that his tank came out the first time, we were in a different time. It If you made that his tank now as a HasLab, what would it cost in today's money? I mean, I know it wasn't that long ago, but look at all the
So
economic crap that has happened, right? So if you try to say, and what was the original his tank for?
300.
All right, 300. So let's just say that due to tariff, due to this, due to whatever, right? This stripped down version, because of the increase in inflation due to those things, um, it's 275. I think that might be
So
where you get some pushback of like, whoa, well, this one had all this other stuff and it was 300. You're telling me this stripped down version that doesn't have electronics, only comes with one figure, blah blah blah, is 275, only $25 cheaper? Now I think that's where you'll start getting the greedier because people
yeah,
won't see
the
that
value.
back end.
Yeah. So just to keep it in an idea, like another thing, Lenny had actually mentioned that in the end, the the snowcat that's coming out is
Yeah,
actually bigger than his tank,
Jeez.
and the
That's
snowcat was 350 with three figures. This his tank is only going to come with one figure. I cannot imagine Hasbro, unless they're really not reading the room, doing this if they could not do it at an actually significantly cheaper option, right? This is only coming one figures. What did his first hit tank come with? Four,
I think so. It was at
four with
least three.
all the. I think it was four with all the other extras. So you don't throw in the extra canopy. You don't throw in the extra tank tread guards. you only give one figure. You don't do any, and you take out all the lights, right? If
Hmm.
Hasbro is doing this, right, I think they know if we charge 300 for this, right, as the HasLab, and we're only charging $25 less, and you're getting all this less, people are not going to buy it.
Yeah,
You,
there's gonna be a
you,
lot of backlash from that.
there's going to be a lot of backlash, and people aren't going to buy it. 'Cause it's just like, what the fuck, like, why bother? Why? I get it, and I understand what you're saying, Joe. Things are very different than from 4 years ago. Prices have gone up, um, but still, like, I think they know that if they need it to be successful, they got to have a plan. I would pray that they know that if they can't do it at a price point that's cheaper, that makes sense, not to do it at all right now, right?
Yeah,
If this is not the time to launch this, then, right?
yeah. But
Um,
and I think the thing is a lot of people got to remember, and I think us in our community are smart enough to know that, like, letting them, they're the faces, they're the ones, and their team are the ones who are passionate
hmm
about the project, but it's the ones above them that look at the bottom line that make the decision of,
yeah.
no, you're going to make this, you need to make it, you need to spend this,
hmm
you know. So
Well, they definitely have some say, the team, the design team, on what they want to do. Right? They're the ones that are pitching it. They're the ones, and they're the ones that get back the yes, yes, no, no. Can afford this now. Can't do this now. Too expensive. Yes. Cut this off. This is going to be too expensive to make it this way, and then the back and forth goes. But, like, especially talking to Lenny, like they definitely these guys definitely have a lot of dictation onto what we're getting when,
yeah,
right? And then it just needs to be approved by the number crunchers.
yeah,
I mean, the only other people I could see being pissed off at this are people who didn't go on the Snowcat because they weren't going to have any other Arctic vehicles, and now they have
hmm
this. I
But
could
the
see
thing
that
is,
being something
that's a
petty,
valid
but
point.
but see, I don't think that's a valid point. We knew this was coming when the Snowcat was out. They put out the tease.
Oh, they did.
They put out the tease about Cobra Commander saying repaint that his tank. So if you're
That's true.
paying attention
that's
to all
true.
this, um, and that's actually, and this goes to something to something Brian Brink has always mentioned about how Hasbro advertises this stuff, right? And lets people know. Lenny actually asked us, do we think that they don't advertise these things enough? It was one of the questions that he asked us when it came
Hmm.
to when we were talking about the Snowcat. And yeah, maybe they should. Maybe they can advertise more. I mean, I think it's hard to do now as when it comes to advertising. Like, you're going to pay for YouTube videos and YouTube commercials and YouTube ads and targeted branded ads to go out to people, is the way you would have to do it. You don't have a store like Toys R Us where you can put a big ass sign, right?
Mm,
A big ass cardboard display near your Joe aisles about the new coming HasLabs. I don't think you can't do it in Targets and WalMarts and stuff. You lose that physical ability to advertise when you don't have these places like a Toys R Us anymore where they could definitely really do it. Um, but yeah, so what you're looking at now is like targeted branded ads. Those ads that you see when you go on to Amazon, and in the right hand corner you see an ad for BBTS or whatever. Like, when you see that stuff, those targeted ads to follow you around on your internet journey is the best way, I guess, to start advertising these more.
yeah, I don't get me wrong. I love the Easter eggs in the background. Like, I remember when the War Four Siege, Earthrise, like that whole thing, like, in packaging would come out. And it's like, oh, who's that in the background, or what's that, And like with these things, like, I remember as soon as something like a vehicle, like a mainline vehicle would get released, or artwork with like a mainframe or somebody in the background, I was like, oh, what's that thing? Like, I think that draws the excitement. It gives people something to clue in. So I think they're doing well with that. I just wish that, again, that's for the people that are already in on the line, not someone who's maybe looking to get in and all that stuff.
So Scott says the Joe groups are surprisingly mostly positive from what he's able to see, which is unusual to me. But hey, who
Yeah.
knows?
Um, and yeah, Brink, like those. So if you're seeing those ads 10 times a day, right? That's this company told me, right? They're paying whoever they're paying to for those targeted branded ads to go out to people who, based on the algorithms that are going on, right? Based on your shopping needs, your internet history searches, those targeted ads are specifically geared to target someone like you, right? Um, oh, excuse me. Oh man. But yeah, yeah, maybe they could do more of that. But it is getting to that point now, um, where I'm really interested in what the next big Joe Has Lab's going to be, and how it funds, because space now
Mm-hmm.
is really starting to
Yeah.
become uh, uh, at a premium for collectors, because it's not just Joe, right, making big stuff now. NECA's got their turtle vans. McFarlane put out all those Batmobiles and Batwings for the 6-inch scale stuff. You got
Mhm.
Mythic Legions and their horses, and their 10-foot fucking dragon that's coming out.
Mm-hmm.
You got
Origin figures
vans.
coming with those.
You got vans being made by companies. All kinds of big vehicles now are being targeted to us, and just bigger items, cat lairs and Eternia play sets,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yep. Like
you
I've
know
got no place for that Eternia playset right now. I've still got the Technodrome behind me, someplace to put. I've got the friggin' Foot Cruiser on pre-order. I mean, I got the GoBot Command Center in the mail today. I'm running out of stuff just for the old stuff, let alone the new stuff. I am not putting something in a storage unit, Scott. Mm-mm.
I think people who are buying storage units and spending all that money to store their toys. I'm gonna keep my opinion to myself. If that's what you do, Scott, that's what you do.
No, no judging.
No judging. But no, if I can't display it, I don't need it. Um, and if I can't store it, store the things I can't display uh, reasonably, then I'm just not going to buy it. Because there's plenty of things I'd love to buy that I don't buy. Plenty of other lines that I would definitely be in on if I had more space. But I think that's a conversation for another night.
Mm.
Agreed. Agreed. Is that the last picture we're going to show?
Yeah, that's all I was able to pull together on short notice. Yeah, we weren't originally going to do a show, then we decided to do a show, and then by the time I got home today and started pulling pictures, that's why we started a little late, guys. I do apologize. Um, but there were plenty. I mean, there was, you know, NECA had all their Sesame Street stuff out, and Big Bird was huge.
Well, yeah, it's
I remember
eliminated.
seeing the Big Bird there, and I was like, oh wow, that's actually pretty damn big.
That's a big
Um,
bird, right?
yes, yes, Joe, it is a big bird.
Yeah, Crystal's pretty excited for that, and they do look nice. They're doing a great job with that line, no question.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Mezco had some stuff. They had an impressive booth. We obviously we're not going to be able to get to everything, but that's why we have ETR. I'm sure Jeremy B is hard at work right now pulling the action figure news. I'm sure Derek will have some robot news. We didn't really get into much Transformers, but tune in to Monday night. They'll have more to look at. So I think we're gonna wrap it up, right?
Oh, and we saw tons and tons of Labubus everywhere. Booths after booth selling fucking Labubus.
Oh, we also saw something I think is like a new phenomenon. They have like very large blind boxes now.
No,
That's
well,
the thing, yeah.
that's always been there at your Comic Con. They've always had those guys there that's selling those
Okay,
blind boxes.
but
I've
I
never
didn't know they had them so
understood.
big.
Hmm.
I've never understood the appeal. I have no idea what is in those blind boxes. I will never spend $80 on a blind box to get a bunch of
No.
pins and stickers. Probably no one. But hey, there people buy them. There's several booths, massive, massive booths of these blind boxes at New York
Mhm.
Comic Con.
That the Galaxy Con I was telling you about, like for years I've seen them. The boxes are probably a foot by a foot by a foot roughly, but yeah, it's like $50 to $80, $100 for a blind box. Now they'll break them down like this is a Inuyasha blind box
Yeah.
section, and this is that kind of stuff. I mean, you've seen it at BotCons where you have to get the token, you put it in a little vending machine, you turn it, you get it like who knows what you get kind of thing. I mean, they kind of had that when we were kids, like the little chicken egg thing. But I have noticed an uptick in the idea, what's the word I'm looking for here? The acceptance, I guess, or whatever. I don't know, of blind boxes is getting more and more popular.
Yeah, but I think it's different. I think like when we're talking about the blockies and all these type blind boxes, you know what you're getting to an extent. You're getting one of these 5, 6, 7 characters, right? Like you know your chance of getting one of those like these blind boxes that they have at these Comic Cons, like New York Comic Con, like it's themed, right? Like this is a Transformers one, but you have no idea what's in there.
Yeah.
It's not even like I know I'm going to get one of at least 5. But you don't know what's in there. Like I said, it's probably what I believe is all like stickers and pins and stuff like that are in there. And that's why I'm not, you're not pulling out. Oh wow, here's an MP44. I got lucky. No, you're not pulling.
Yeah.
That's not happening in these line boxes. So I don't get the appeal of those.
Yeah, I don't either.
But
it's I bet you it's probably that endorphin rush, the unknown, and then shortly thereafter the disappointment.
Yep.
Yeah.
So quick thoughts. New York Comic Con next year. Yes, no, Wolf. Is it something you're willing to do again?
Yeah, I would do it again.
Joe, you got a year to prepare.
I know. I was going to come. My plan was to meet up with Wolfie and ride over with them, and work got in the way this time.
Well, you can tell. Vacation, sick days. It is what it is.
Yeah, we'll make it out there.
You guys got a year to plan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm good with the Comic Con talk for now.
All right. Okay, so great show tonight, guys. Thank you so much for coming. Were you doing an after hangout?
Yeah, I'll put up a link.
All right, E will have the link. Joe, where can the people find you?
Facebook. That's more or less where I'm at most of the time. If when I do things, and then here.
E Prime, where can we find you?
You can find me rolling through New York Comic Con, yelling, "A certain toy vendor sucks." As I see him walking down the aisles, you know what? I lied. Another story. Me and Wolf talked to loyal subjects also, right? And we were looking at his mask stuff. There will be the final wave. They're announcing the last 2 cars is this Monday coming up. So if there are any mask fans out there, stay tuned for Monday. It seems like Loyal Subject does have some announcements for Monday.
Those look great in person, by the way. I was loving those.
You said the final wave. Do you mean the next wave?
Next wave. Sorry,
Okay.
next wave.
I was like, I had that poorly, but yeah.
I had mentioned to him to do Inhumanoids next, and he did tell me that is a property he can get very easily, and he's just not sure if he's ready to do it yet. So he gave me hope that Inhumanoids might one day make a comeback. He didn't tell me no off the bat, but that was very nice. Yeah, that was my last. Almost forgot story. So go ahead.
I was thinking about that too. I'm glad you brought that up. But all right, yeah, you can find me, Eric Von Wolfenstein, on all your social media needs. Here every Friday night. We'll be back next week with a hangout, and that's it, folks. We hope you enjoyed the show. Enjoy the rest of the Comic Con. We'll see you next week.
Say it with me now. Round